Hello, Xiao here, and while this might look like a normal cassette for an original soundtrack of a movie/musical, well, when I go ahead and press play here, I get something a little better. So, you might be asking, how did I get the toothless music onto this pre-recorded cassette? And that is quite simple. I recorded over this pre-recorded cassette. Now, in this video, I would like to go over kind of my story of going down this rabbit hole, and then obviously how I actually got this stuff set up. So let's get started. I went down this rabbit hole when I bought this cassette player/recorder at Goodwill for $4. The Goodwill I shop at while I'm at college is in a very rural area, and so I find very vintage and 1980s, 90s stuff very easily for very cheap as well. Now, I do have issues at Goodwill in my own home area because I live in the suburbs at home, so it's very hard to find kind of fun stuff like this. So when I bought this, I bought just the player. I had no actual cassettes to use. And while I did have cassettes at home, I also don't have a way to get them very easily. So I kind of just bought the player just to maybe have it and use it in the future. Now, after that, I did some researching on just basic cassette knowledge, and I was like, I kind of want to mess with this sooner. So I ended up going back to Goodwill and finding two pre-recorded cassettes. This original soundtrack from a musical, and from what I understand, Danny writes something. So I had some fun messing around with actually just getting the player to work, which is as simple as putting it in, and then I was having fun flipping them over and just kind of seeing how it works and everything, and experiencing for myself, as I am Gen Z, and so I don't really have much knowledge on cassettes prior to this. So I was messing around with it, and then I came across a way to record on these because I didn't have the time to actually order or find recordable cassettes. So I decided to see if I could record over these pre-recorded cassettes. And online, it talked about these holes here. Now, if you can fill the holes or block the holes, you're able to record to pre-recorded cassettes, which is exactly what I did here with the tape. So after I ended up recording to the toothless cassette that I made, I ended up finally deciding to bite the bullet and buy actual recordable cassettes. Now, the ones I bought were very basic. So these are Maxell's regular cassettes. They're 90 minutes. They're relatively cheap, about $2.50 per cassette, and it's decent quality from what I understand. I know it's not the best. I think it's called Type 2, and there's up to Type 4, but it will get the job done for a little just kind of side fun little project of just messing around with the cassettes. So I bought these, and I've been recording to this one specifically so far, and it's been going well. Other than that, now that I actually do have my own recordable cassettes, I will actually not be recording too much over this one anymore. And this one, me and my friend actually liked the original music on this, which is why I did not record over this one. But that is kind of how I got down this rabbit hole, and right now I'm still kind of in the middle. Eventually, obviously, I will jump out of the rabbit hole and go to another fun little project to work on. But this has been my current little thing of simply recording to cassettes, playing them, and just kind of not really experiencing what the past generations experienced, but more of just kind of not understanding, but just having fun with what they used to have to do, I guess. Because it is very simple to actually use this compared to in the past, which kind of gets to the second part of this video, which is simply how I did all this. So it is actually quite simple. So once again, pre-recorded cassettes are already protected through these holes. So as long as you grab a roll of tape and block these holes, you can record to a cassette just as you normally would. Now, I'm not going to go over really, pressing play and record to a cassette. But what is nice and how I did it was I connected my computer's aux cable to the mic input on this cassette recorder. That allows me to simply play a YouTube video, find any other CD music that I've ripped already, anything like that, play it on my computer, and the computer actually has quite a good DAC, which is a digital audio converter, or digital to analog converter, which this takes analog input for the mic, obviously, as well as all other audio devices. So, going from digital to analog, my computer does a very good job. And so I record to the cassettes, and it sounds decently fine. Nothing amazing, especially considering the speaker's kind of old. And unfortunately, the headphone jack on this unit is kind of busted, but it gets the job done. I only get one channel out of the headphone jack compared to the normal two. But once again, it works, so I'm not complaining too much. So when I actually put the cassette in and press record, I simply press play on the computer, record like 3 minutes of whatever I want to record, pause it, and then kind of move on. So that's been about it for this little fun thing that I've been doing. It's really actually has been a lot of fun to look back and see what people used to have to do, but with also the modern innovations and ease of actually recording to them nowadays. Because all I have to do is play a YouTube video and press record, and it'll record everything. Compared to what other people used to have to do, which is record from a cassette to another cassette or whatever else, I say this is a lot easier of a process, obviously, and so it's been a lot of fun messing around with it. Well, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Have a nice day. Definitely like, comment, subscribe, and bye.